All right. Well, welcome everybody to Starcraft. Big brain game. So it's a little slower than Overwatch, and as soon as it hits 2:30, I will be casting the game between Toast 1012, who is the number one seed from Amherst, and Gemini, who is the number four seed from David City. So Toast being from Amherst, he is last year's state champion. He is last year's state champion, and um, has not taken a loss this year either. So we look forward to seeing. We look forward to watching this match. Gemini will have his work cut out for him, and we start in 7 seconds. So good luck to everybody with the game in the corner, and we'll begin. We just finished up with Division Two Overwatch, in which David City took first place. Amherst was second in the finals. And third place was Louisville, and fourth place was David City. There's the good luck, have fun from Toast, which is a proper greeting within StarCraft. Let's bring up their names. Okay, the score is 0-0. All of these games will be played best of 3. We'll bring up the production tab right here, and so we can see what they are building. So we have Toast down here in the minimap in the bottom corner. Oh, Gemini with the U2 mate. So, they're not up here? Oops. All right. Okay. Okay. I don't hear any in-game sound. Am I not supposed to?
You might have it turned down. You should be good though.
Hmm?
It should be playing the stream.
It should be playing? Okay. All right, here we go. We have a standard opening from both Toast down in the bottom corner, who will be red, and Gemini up in the top corner. Gemini getting both gas, dropping with a supply depot, and then building his barracks. Toast running. They're both running Terran, which is the human race, and so we will see up. He's starting another supply depot. If you look here in the top corner. Okay, each supply depot grants you the ability to make more units, and they max out at 200. So for every unit cost supply, the more powerful the unit is, the faster more supply it takes out. But for Terran, you have to build these units here. Okay, Toast has already started his expansion, so he is expanding. Building a second base so we can start mining from that. See his workers here. He has 15 out of 16 supply on this, as he'll go ahead. He has his barracks done. His barracks can produce Marines, which are just a general all-purpose unit. It can attack both ground and air units. Not everything has that ability. Some units are air to air. Some are air to ground. As he finishes up with his command center. Okay, and starting his factory. Okay, coming out here for Gemini. Gemini has both gases saturated, along with 16 out of 16. So he has his base here, mineral line and gas, fully saturated. This is the count for Gemini up here, doing a good job, keeping his money spent at 31 out of 39 supply. Toast at 28 out of 46 supply. So very close. Okay, Gemini getting out more supply depots, and he has his factory now, along with a barracks to produce Marines, Reapers. So he has his factory done, so now he can produce Hellions, Widowmines, Cyclones, and Siege Tanks. Siege Tanks being kind of the most powerful thing. Oh, he's came across with like a few Marines. He's going to bring those other ones back. Toast with another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Marines here. Okay, and with 2 more on the way, all while his expansion is going up building 2 Marines at a time and starting his factory, or has his factory done, and is now building siege tanks out of his factory. Siege tanks being a very powerful unit, but it can only hit ground units, cannot hit air units. He has his engineering bay up as well. Starting his starport, this is your standard Terran. It's called a 1-1-1 build. You build 1 barracks, 1 factory, and 1 starport here, which is going up. It's almost completed. Okay, and Gemini has his expansion started, along with getting an extractor for mining gas. Gas is used in more powerful units. Marines usually cost just minerals. You have minerals and gas. Okay, as he goes through, like for instance, Marines here cost 50 minerals, give you 1 supply. Reapers cost 50 minerals and 50 gas. Gas is a little harder to come by. But he's building a siege tank of his own. He has a 2nd factory. He has an armory, so he can get upgrades for his mechanized units. Okay, and we have a push from Toast coming across with a bunch of Marines and a single siege tank. We will watch and see how this is going. He has lots of things being built on the back. As he does this, Gemini is going to go ahead and siege up also. And he's going to start shelling these Marines. Oof, look at all the damage being done. And Toast will, oh, yep, he will go ahead and back off from that. All of his Marines taking some damage with that siege tank being able to hit first. That was a really big, nice defensive maneuver from Gemini, being able to set that up. He's on his expansion here. He has 5 out of 16. Backing his guys off, looking like he's just gonna macro up and bringing out a Thor. Thors have 400 hit points and deal each of their 2 attacks deal 30 damage. Very strong unit. Okay, as Toast sits back and macros up, he is oversaturated on his expansion, so he should be starting. Yep, there it is. He's starting a 3rd base. And so you can see Toast here getting up some more factories, working on an upgrade, a +1 upgrade for the attack, and building a medevac. So I guess to go along with his Marines, he has 3 tanks out front, and you can see he has a Thor on the way, more SCVs, medevac, couple more Marines. Okay, Terran weapons up, so instead of 6, they'll do 7 damage. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. And Gemini running in with 2 more Thors on the way. Whoop, one just got built, along with Terran vehicle and ship plating, along with Terran infantry and weapons. Gemini coming across with a tank, 2 Thors, and going to go in on Toast's 3rd base, and it looks like he will take it out. He takes out Toast base at his 3rd. It wasn't saturated, it wasn't mining yet, so it was on the way. So he has his tanks there set up, and they can range out to there. So he scans them to see what is going on. We can see the entire map, but they cannot. So if you look at what Toast can see, Toast cannot see Gemini's troops coming across. Okay? Nor can Gemini see what Toast has over here as far as units go. So us being he left 1 tank back here, and Gemini retreats back. It looks like he's going to build some more. Toast, again, going to go ahead. We'll turn the tab back on so we can see what everybody's doing. Oh, he starts another 3rd base, starts a 3rd base again, only he moves it to a different part because of Gemini's unit here. Okay, looks like Toast is getting up Thors of his own. He also has a +1 upgrade. Let's check Gemini. Gemini has +1 armor. So Gemini's attacks against ground units deal 30 damage, while Toast's ground attacks is going to deal 33. Again, it's just small things like that, but small things make a huge difference with here in Starcraft. He gets up a medevac. Medevacs can heal Marines. Oh, looks like he's loading up his medevac full of Marines. Looks like he might do some cheeky sort of drop. Um, Gemini at David City puts up a third base, but really, really far away, almost a hidden base. And they're about equal here in macro. Oh, Toast being supply blocked. He needs to build more supply depots. As he's building a few. He's working on his upgrades, working on +1 or +2 armor, or Gemini working on +2 armor and +1 and +1 weapons. As he goes ahead and builds and continues to macro up, he still is on 2 fully saturated bases. He does have a sensor tower, so we can see if there's units within this circle here on the mini map. Okay, Toast is already saturating his third base. As again, he's getting out a few more medevacs. Okay, well look, and he scans just to see what Gemini has, and Gemini doing a nice job. Okay, macroing up. So we're going to see what Toast has for production here. He's building. He has 3 factories, building two Thors, and getting up a few medevacs on that. And we go ahead and check out. He's really starting to mine very quickly now. He has both of his gases saturated. Okay, Toast has 69 mining units, or 69 harvesters, which is really great, to Gemini's 52 harvesters. And so as we look over here, Gemini is working on getting this third base saturated already. He's macroing, really working on the Terran vehicle and ship plating. Okay, Toast also building a Viking and putting up another factory. So as we look here at the total units, okay, Toast is 187 out of 200 supply. Each of these Thors takes about, oh my. Gemini is going to head and move out. Each of these Thors, I believe, is 4 supply. I'm not quite sure how that goes. Thors can hit both ground and air units. They are a really big, strong, tough unit. As they move across, they are going to go ahead and check for this third base. Moving across, and they will find it. They will find this third. So Toast is going to head and move in with his army, and we just have a massive battle here as both sides are just obliterating each other. Toast with the 2-2, and then Gemini with the 1-2, and that, oof, that one hurts as Gemini brings a few guys across, but they're going to run into some more Thors, and now comes the push of where Toast is going to start macroing. He starts another third base way down there. He's moving all of his troops across. Okay, as he's on 4 bases, and he is trying to produce. He's building off of 3 factories. Okay, trying to set up as much of a defense as he possibly can against this massive army of mostly just mech is the proper term for this, as he works on upgrades, works on Thors. Okay, and he's going to move in. Toast is going to move in. He's going to scan. He's going to see the defense there as the Thors try to move around each other, trying to get out of each other's way and to get within range. And it looks like Gemini with the GG. Toast GGing him back. And it looks like with 195 supply to 72 supply, we will see if Gemini will. Usually at this point a guy surrenders, but it doesn't seem to be necessarily, as he runs through. Toast continuing to build extra Thors, building 4 at a time now. Gemini tries to fly some of his guys out. Toast is going to go ahead and move up the ramp. And it looks like that'll be it for that. Gemini still trying to produce a couple Marines, couple of Thors with the money that he has piled up, but it doesn't look like it is going to be as Toast comes in and starts taking out all of his tech and all of his production, all of his buildings, factories, trying to produce a Thor before they get taken out, and they're being targeted by more and more, and that will be as Toast is maxed out. And that looks like that might be about it. Gemini still with a couple of mining bases, but at this point, Toast is going to be able to just clear out everything. He's going to try and take off and head out. And so Toast being maxed out, has a bunch of Thors back at home too. And so I think that'll be it. We'll just sit back, probably watch as Toast kind of cleans everything up here. I'm sure it being state, Gemini wants to try to hold on as much as he can, but by this point, it would take. By this point, there's usually if you're this far behind, is when you surrender and you just move on to the next game. Toast is bringing his entire horde of Thors and a few Marines, which are 1-1. He's going to go ahead and expand to another command center. And here comes Gemini with a bunch of harvesters, a bunch of SCVs, trying to deal whatever damage they can, but here comes the rest, and that should clean it up. And that is it. Toast wins game 1. We will go to the score screen, check that out. And we will move on to game 2. Yep, go ahead. I got somebody here helping me out. Oh, okay. Well, that was game 1. I think I have to wait. They're going to invite me to a lobby. Okay, I have to quit game, I guess. Okay. Someday we will learn how to. There we are. We'll learn how to restart without setting up a new game. Here we go. We're getting set up for game 2. Waiting for the game duration. Can you mute me real quick? All right, here we go. Game number 2. Game starting in 2, 1. As Toast goes up 1 game to none as we go on to in 2, 1. And there we are. We'll bring up their names. Toast won the first game. So this will be a best of 3. So this is game number 2. Again with the good luck, have fun, and the U2. Toast will bring up the production tab. Toast again, starting out with a standard Terran build. So is Gemini with the supply depot opener. With this game, your options it branches out exponentially. Like every race has its own opener, kind of their own opening steps of what they should do, but then after that, the game starts branching out, much like a large tree, and your decisions come in game, mid game, and late game will totally affect the outcome of what is being played. But as you can see, both Toast and Gemini going standard Terran openings. Okay, the command center here building SCVs, which are more harvesting units, which affect your income here. Toast being red, and this time Gemini is purple. Um, and gas, and these mineral fields and this gas eventually does run out. If you can look here, the remaining gas is 2230, and eventually you do run out and you have to move to different patches. That's what these are down here on the mini map. Another mineral patch here, another mineral patch here. Okay, we can see Toast with already expanding with his supply depot into barracks, into an expansion is kind of the standard. Okay, um, Gemini of David City deciding to go into his factory first before building into his expansion. You can see that 2 out of 3, 3 out of 3, 16 out of 16. He is now pretty much on his fully saturated on his main base, while he has units queued up within his barracks. Even if you have 5 units queued up, it'll only build 1 unit at a time. You can have a maximum of 5 queued up, but it will only build 1 unit at a time. Working on his factory, we'll see what Toast is doing. Toast is working on his own factory as well. Gemini has his up first, and then a tech lab on the side, so he can start building siege tanks. Siege tanks, if you look on the build siege tank right there, it says 150 minerals, 125 gas, and it is worth 3 supply. So the 3 supply, so they cost a lot of your supply up here. Gemini being supply blocked right now at 31 out of 31. Let's see, he is building a supply depot and also an orbital command, so he'll be able to use scans. Okay, Toast again getting up a nice bunch of 8 Marines right here as he gets up his own tech lab, and he has his own siege tank started right there, starting into his starport, so he can build air units if he would so choose. Again, this being the standard 1 barracks, 1 factory, and 1 starport. So this is the standard 1-1-1 build. Looks like Toast is macroing up a little more. Has about 10-15 supply out there more than Gemini does. Very close to being supply blocked. Is he building any? No, he is not. He is not building any supply depots to make this number. And now Toast is supply block. He goes ahead and uses his orbital command, which is just a pretty little satellite dish on there. He can use that to call down extra supplies. So if you look at this number here, this 64, this is known as energy. So this costs energy, and you can up your supply depot if you're in a rush by 8. He still is not building any supply depots, so we'll have to talk to him about that. But on a different note, again, putting up more and more units. Let's go check in on Gemini. Gemini has his expansion done. He's going ahead and starting to saturate his expansion. He has a siege tank already set up on defense. The siege tanks, they deal 40 damage, or if the unit is considered armored, it will deal 70 damage. So they are a hugely powerful unit with a long range. They actually outrange what they can see. So if you look at this little white ring here, that's the range that it can shoot as long as it can see. And so they deal huge amounts of damage, but when they're sieged up, but the bad thing is when they're sieged up, they can't move. There is no movement at all. Okay, so we have Gemini on 3 factories. He is working on his upgrades. He just finished +1 armor. So if you look here on his tank will have an armor of 2 now instead of an armor of 1. Okay, Toast again at 94. 94 supply. We'll go ahead and check back on Toast. He is at 94 supply. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 siege tanks, just all sieged up together, just in case he's already getting oversaturated on his expansion. And so let's hope that he builds into a third. Going into he has not started any upgrades for his units as of yet, and he is supply blocked. So let's see if he gets any starting more factories so we can build more mech units at a time. He does have an armory, so he is able to build Thors now. And hopefully, instead of building one Thor at a time with this factory, if he adds a tech lab onto the side, he'll be able to build 2 at a time. We look at David City. He has 3 factories. He only has 9 out of 16 units on here. Not quite sure why. He is rebuilding to fix that, along with, because right now he can't keep up. He can't build fast. He can't make enough money to build fast enough. So he does have his expansion out. He's actually started his 3rd done. So good. So good on that. We'll see. He has a total of Toast has a total of 52 harvesters and 67 army supply, whereas Gemini has 28, 27, 26 harvesters. So he has 27. Well, he is building a few more, so Toast should be able to outmine him very, very easily. Oh, here we go. As he goes ahead and groups some guys together, let's look at the income tab, and we'll see. Yeah, Toast almost doubling the mineral production that Gemini has, and is doubling the amount of income that Gemini has. Gemini slowly catching up, but Toast is with mining, and Toast is gonna go ahead and move out. Okay, gonna go ahead and move out while Gemini sits back and starts to macro up. Toast at 141 supply, Gemini at 73. And as Toast, his air units get there first, waiting for the rest of his units to catch up. Thor's being extremely slow units. Okay, Toast has started upgrades for both of his Marines and his mech units. Mech units include tanks and Thors. As he goes ahead and he checks out for a 3rd base over here. There is not one over here. As soon as he enters this circle, if you look at this circle on the mini-map, as soon as Toast enters this circle, Gemini will be able to see what Toast is doing. And there they go. The Vikings move in, but Vikings can only hit air to air. He sieges up behind, and that is the end of that. He goes ahead and unsieges his tanks to move them in, and this maybe he goes ahead and sieges up the tanks. Another Thor comes out, but it looks like that would probably be it for Gemini. Gemini pulls his SEVs, and that was it. And so we have Toast going on to the championship round. So, and we will see where that ends up. He will have to face one of his teammates, either Alienoid or some guy, as Amherst has 3. As Amherst has 3 members of their team. Excuse me, I'm having a rough time. 3 members of their team here at State, with Gemini being from David City. So you can tune to the Amherst Esports Club Twitch channel to watch the winner of Alienoid and some guy.